But last night, the season opened with 2 games. Philadelphia lost to Boston, and the Lakers went down 123-109 to the defending champion Golden State Warriors on ring night in Golden State. And Rob, here's what I want to say. I watched that game, and the Lakers, this is ultimately the Lakers' problem. And it's going to follow them all season long.
What, they can't make open shots? Is that what you're saying?
That's a sub problem.
All right, okay. I'm just asking.
They got many sub problems. They can't shoot. They can't defend particularly well.
Wow.
They don't fit well together. They're pieces. Those are just a few. But ultimately, Rob, their season's going to be defined by this. They are a championship or bust franchise, the Lakers, with a championship or bust superstar, right? We all know what everybody's trying to figure out. How's LeBron going to get another ring? How does he win? We know LeBron, it's all about winning a title. And their team is nowhere near a championship. And what's going to happen is kind of like, Rob, the Cowboys over the last quarter century, right? This year, we'll see. They look pretty good so far, but they have been a team that, really wasn't a Super Bowl contender, but because they're the Cowboys, because their owner has a championship or bust mentality, it was always about the Cowboys, and we had to talk about him. And because we have to talk about the Lakers, Rob, they're going to it's going to make their failure seem even worse, right? And that's going to lead them, as it did last year, to have a scapegoat. And the scapegoat, we know who it's going to be, Russell Westbrook. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we said it, Rob, from the day we heard that they were interested in Russell Westbrook. It's not a fit. This got to be a joke. This can't be real.
We didn't believe it.
Yeah, yeah. And then we didn't have to be Hubie Brown to know that Russell Westbrook wasn't going to fit with LeBron James and the Lakers, but we knew that from day one. So I'm not trying to come off as overly defending Russ, right? I'm not saying, he's not playing that bad. He's, 7-7 last year and blah, blah, blah. But what I will say is this, Rob. The Lakers' problems are way beyond Russell Westbrook. He wasn't horrible last night. Now, people will point to the air ball, right, from the corner.
Yes.
People point to the technical foul where he just
underneath the basket, he was fouled. He was out of bounds. Right. He was out of bounds. Yeah, like, why are you even reaching for the ball like that? So there's things you can take here and there and all that. But, Rob, it's not just Russ. The team itself is bad, and I'll get into some of the other reasons later. But that's my take, Rob. Russ or not, they're just not very good. And they'll be fortunate to finish in the top 8 in the West. I agree with that, but that shouldn't let them off the hook. And you're
I'm
right.
not saying let them off the hook.
No. I'm just saying you got LeBron and you got AD. In the NBA, you need 2 players. I'm not saying LeBron is the same guy. We saw last year, Chris. He averaged 30 points, and they couldn't win back-to-back games from January to April. You remember that? Right. Which was unbelievable. Forget about having all 3 guys, and I know. But AD, LeBron, and Westbrook, Chris, have now, a record of 11-11, or what is the record?
11-11.
And 500. Those 3 guys on the same team have
together.
A 500 record. You can say whatever you want about the Nets, but when their 3 guys were together, they were like 27-5 or whatever it was, right?
Great, right.
Like, come on. This doesn't make any sense. It doesn't fit. They brought back basically the same squad. I don't know.
They might shoot worse than they did last year, really.
Last year, right? And
last year they were 22nd in the league in 3-point percentage. This year in the preseason they were
They were like 28th, right? They dropped or whatever. They were bad.
28%, yeah.
Yeah.
3.
Oh my God. But my point is,
last year.
Yeah, you bring back and you think you're going to do the same thing. This is on the Lakers. I just don't know what they were thinking. This is just one game. No one wants to overreact. But Chris, it's hard to look at them and think they're going to be viable in the Western Conference. rebounds. I don't see it.
Look, I think there's 8 teams that probably are, obviously a lot of them are certainly better than the Lakers, but Rob, Golden State, the Clippers, the Grizzlies, the Mavericks, the Suns, the Pelicans, and the Nuggets, and I'm missing one. Did I say the Clippers?
Yeah, you did.
I said the Clippers. The Timberwolves. I think those 8 are probably better than the Lakers. The only one you might say is if the Suns fall off, Chris Paul, Father Time smacks him in the face. But even still, they have DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker, and their coaching is solid. The Pelicans, maybe are they too young? Or does Zion get hurt? But right now, you might say those 8 are better, and the Lakers will be in the play-in again. We'll see. But here's one of the problems, Rob. And this is not a slight on LeBron, because he's the best. He's in his 20th year. He is by far the best player in the history of basketball at this stage of his career. In the 20th year of your career, there's never been anybody close to what LeBron James is doing. But Rob, he is so smart and so skilled that he knows how to get his numbers in today's NBA. We did a segment on it a few weeks ago. Giannis, Jokic, Luka, they all said it's easier to score in the NBA than over
and we
Europe.
Agree with that. We agree.
The floor is so, once you beat your man, and a lot of times your man is running you off the 3-point line, it's like one dude at the basket. So you get into the paint and you got some skill, you should be able to score a lot of times. And LeBron certainly can score in the paint. And so his number, Rob, last night LeBron had 31, 14, and 8 and had 0 impact on the game.
Right. That's what we've been talking about, Chris. We've been talking about this.
And I want to watch I want to watch a few weeks of this before I declare LeBron's no longer a top 10 player in the league. But last night, people might look at his numbers. He didn't look like a top 10 player to me. When the game was in the balance, he was, and I think he was pacing himself. He wasn't doing much at times, but he was pacing himself because of his age. And obviously, he's not defending like he once did. So
that's not going to be good enough, though.
Yeah, look, he's going to break Kareem's record, and that's going to be awesome. But if you you can't look at LeBron's numbers just like you couldn't look at Westbrook's last year, Rob. 18, 7, and 7, and say, hey,
it was a good season.
Right. That's anybody that does that, you're not really watching what's happening. And so I think the Lakers, Rob, and then Anthony Davis, 6 rebounds. He had his moments. I thought he was good inside. He was really good inside. And he scored almost all his buckets inside. But then he drifted outside. And he's not even Joel Embiid. Forget being Dirk or Durant, Rob. He ain't even Joel Embiid shooting the basketball. So stay inside more.
Stay in and dominate where you can. Right. Why are you stepping out? Right.
Is Ewing or Moses Malone or Shaq or somebody he's got to go against, Rob? No.
There's nobody there. Nobody's home, Chris. Nobody's home.
God, dominate. All right. That's the odd couple's take on the Lakers. It's one game, but we're already opinionated on it.
All right, let's get to the Lakers. John in Austin, Texas. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What up, John?
Hey, Rob. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, guys. Love y'all show.
Thank you.
I got a question for Chris, man. Y'all talking about LeBron and his lack of an impact on the game. Right. And when I watched the game, every time he came out of the game, they lost ground. It was like clockwork.
He was -10 himself when he was in the game.
Well, okay. So those are numbers.
So it wasn't like they were doing damage when he was in there.
Right. Well, what else could he do? I mean, I'm just curious.
Look, I will say this. I am judging LeBron by LeBron's standards. LeBron James has at his best. This is for those that think LeBron is still like what he was 5 years ago. LeBron could have taken me, Rob Parker, Alex Teichert, and Monty Bolaños to the playoffs in his prime. And that's what I'm saying. He still is an all-star like caliber player.
But he doesn't impact winning. Right. We saw it last year.
He's just that. Yeah, he's just like an all-star now or a star. I mean, I want to wait before I, say how much I feel like he's dropped. But he clearly can't dominate and impact the game like he used to.
You saw it last year, and game one was just an extension of that. And I understand. You want to see more.
Right.
But we saw this last year.
Last year I could say, well, AD wasn't there most of the time. Or, you know what I mean? So now you had AD on the floor. And they still didn't make much of an impact. So that's what I want to see,
right.
Rob.
But even their record should be better than 500 with those three guys out on the floor. I think that says
at least two. That's where, I mean, the chemistry with Russ is an issue. But
Mason, in the Bay Area, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What up, Mason?
Hey, fellas, what an amazing day in sports we have today. We got 13 basketball games, 2 MLB postseason games, and a college football game. What a great day,
yes. Yeah, you're right.
This time of the year is great when all the sports are really all in action. I mean, it's great. Hey, absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we're talking to Lakers today, and, it's really hard to disagree with you guys coming off of what we saw last season. And, LeBron coming to the Lakers, he knows what it means to the Buss family. I don't know if you guys saw that Legacy documentary, but it was really good, and it means a lot to the Buss family. It's intertwined in the family. It's ingrained in them. They are a championship family and of themselves, and LeBron knew what that meant coming to the Lakers, what he has to bring. And I know we saw a lot really good stuff from AD. He's aggressive. Some of the shots weren't falling, but if he's aggressive and he stays injury-free, I think the Lakers will have what it takes to at least take them to the playoffs this year. But, of course, health is always a factor. But I think they will take care of business. LeBron knows what the mission is. And it's year, 19?
Look, you would think.
It's year 20. Thanks, Mason, for the call.
You would think if AD is healthy and he's still in his prime, and LeBron is 80% of what his numbers suggest, then, Rob, they should make the playoffs. Because you're talking about, like, 2 legitimate all-stars.
Yeah, but
more.
But LeBron has been hurt 3 of the 4 years in L.A.
Injuries,
these are just facts.
But I'm just saying, if they're healthy, you would think they're going to make the playoffs. But we got to see them play
better. We can't discount that there's a chance.
I thought Golden State toyed with them.
Yeah.
I really did. Golden State had no fear of them whatsoever.
Let's squeeze in one more. Carlos in Texas, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What up, Carlos?
Hey, how you all doing? I've been listening to you guys for a while. I love the show.
Thank you. We're in Texas. That's a big state. Where?
South Texas, man. I'm about 10 minutes north of the border.
Okay.
Yeah. So, guys, I don't know what the deal is. I mean, obviously, it's confusing everybody what's going out there for the Lakers. But honestly, I mean, they picked up AD to be the sidekick to LeBron. And where is his presence? I know LeBron's cruising because he's older, but AD needs to step up, man.
He said LeBron's cruising because he's older. But Chris, this is one thing that Chris and I talked about after they won the championship in 2020. We kept saying this is time for AD. Got the championship in his back pocket.
Absolutely.
Now let's go win some MVPs. Now let's go be a dominant force in the NBA. And that guy hadn't shown up.
He's gotten worse, Rob. He's playing the worst ball of his career. Now, I'm not saying he's horrible, obviously, but for him, it's the worst ball since he's become a star.
It should be better. Absolutely, Chris.
His best
he's in his prime. He's a young guy. He's not at the end.
And he's letting LeBron down. Let's just keep it real.
He was supposed to take over, and LeBron was supposed to be in the back seat, Chris, eating ice cream while AD's driving the
probably
the
would
boat.
be fine, Rob, as a number 2 right now. At 38, he's supposed to be a number 1 guy on a championship team? Really? Come on.
20 years
AD
into the league.
should be the number 1 guy right now, and LeBron would be fine in that secondary role, but AD won't take it, so LeBron's still their best player. So this is largely, that's why AD, Rob, should not escape the scrutiny when everybody's focusing on Westbrook, and it's already started. 1 game in, Rob. Everybody's already killing Westbrook.
What did Charles Barkley say?
AD shouldn't escape.
that the Lakers have taken away his joy of basketball. Man.
Yeah, I'm sure, Rob. Just,
I mean,
I
Chris,
think that's probably true.
Yeah, like where you used to love it and couldn't live, breathe, and now you come to the Lakers. You came back home to L.A. This has been a nightmare for him. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, it has. And I'm not trying, again, excuse him. He had to play better, but he is what he is, and the Lakers should have known that. And so,
we knew it. We knew it.
Right, we knew it. We're not being paid to build the team, and we knew it.